What's up, tractor lovers? This is Jason with For the Love of Tractors, and I am here with the brand new John Deere 8650 N164 scale from Ertl. This is for the National Farm Toy Show 2016 edition, and this is number 4 in the four-wheel drive series, the Evolution series. Let's talk tractors, y'all. The 8650 from John Deere. Pretty neat little tractor. Not particularly well detailed, but enough detail to pass, I suppose. The thing that kind of, I guess, shocks me is that we're now in an era of $20 four-wheel drives without a lot of detail. So that's where this kind of falls in there. Now, I get it's a show tractor, so you're going to pay a little more, and I would expect there'll be a shelf model of this tractor at some point that, you know, is $12 to $15, but it doesn't seem like it was that long ago that we got the 9400 with triples that was a pretty cool tractor, and that was like $5. And I remember back then, you know, I was a lot younger, but you know, oh, do I spend $5 on this tractor? And of course I did. But so, you know, here we are, $20 for a pretty basic tractor, really. It's not that it's a bad tractor. I think in my Minneapolis Mulligan I said it kind of sucked. And I think there was this initial, like, I looked at it and it doesn't articulate, it doesn't do, you know, I mean, let's just, like, this is it. Seriously, this is all the articulation you get on this tractor. It's pretty terrible. But with that sort of initial aside, it's not a bad tractor. So I'm getting ahead of myself here a little bit. Let's talk about the real one first. So these were made starting in 1988, of course, in Waterloo, Iowa, you know, because that's basically where John Deere makes everything. And if you wanted a real one of these, you were going to pay $95,000 for one. So we're creeping up now in 1988 to that $100,000 tractor mark. And in fact, there were obviously $100,000 tractors back then, depending on how you optioned them and so on. This had a 10.1 liter six-cylinder engine that made 290 horsepower, so not quite 300 horsepower. You know, 290 in 1988 is a pretty decent horsepower, especially since this isn't a particularly big tractor. It would get a lot of work done on the farm. The thing with these John Deere tractors, I don't know if you know, I'm sure a lot of you guys have driven some of these before, but the thing that always surprises me is that, like, how little low-end power they have. Like, there's just no torque down there. So you got to rev the living crap out of them to do anything. That's always kind of surprised me. So these would come with 18.4 38 tires, and I think those are reasonably well modeled here. I'm just sort of over like the manufacturer's tires, and that's kind of almost everybody to some extent. I mean, I think SpecCast is making a nice tire on a lot of their tractors, but you know, they even like on that Minneapolis, they kind of fell short a little bit. And then, you know, you look at this with Ertl, and I just, you know, there's no kind of like sidewall, you know, curvature to them. And then you get these wheels that are just iffy. I don't know. I don't like those at all. I just don't think they look very good. But, you know, I'm being a bit harsh, I guess. Let's kind of move on. I don't like to be too harsh on toys because I'm just glad they made this tractor, basically. But there are some good things. There's some really good things about this tractor, so don't let me discourage you here. But, you know, so we get some lights. Those are casted in, some work lights. I really like the front lights that they did. They're kind of recessed in there a little bit, painted nicely. You got a nice John Deere logo there. That's pretty sweet. The cab is cool. Really well done cab, actually. Of course, you've got the offset bar for visibility there. If we kind of move around, you got your filler cap. Now these side steps and as plastic, and of course the exhaust and all that's plastic. Now that's a weird, I don't know if you can see that too well in the video, that's a weird like one-piece unit. And I'm sure that saved, you know, Ertl or Tommy or whoever, you know, a half a penny per tractor. But gosh, I mean, they could have done better. But again, going to the inside, the interior, which is just not going to show up worth a darn on this camera, I do like what they've done in there. You've got the dash, you've got a decal for it. You know, there's sort of something resembling a side console in there, seat with the pull with the you know, the armrest and everything. And you know, so if you really wanted to, if you wanted to kind of take this top off and maybe there's probably some metal here, die cast here, cut that, you could get in there and probably detail that really nicely. Moving around to the back, you do get your hydraulic outlets, so that's nice. No PTO, which, you know, of course would have been an option on this tractor, so that's not a big deal necessarily. And you get your rear work lights. Of course, you get your standard Erdl hitch, so it'll hook up to any Erdl implement you want it to for the most part. So that's nice for, you know, playing, and you know, if you're a carpet farmer and you want to get out and drag those around. This side step is is plastic. Sorry, you do get some nice step grip, I guess, if you will, detail. Now there's no texture to that; it's just a paint or a tampo or something. But still, it's kind of cool that they put that on there. And then the engine is actually pretty nicely detailed as well. You got your manifold and your filters and all that stuff are fairly visible there. So. And then, you know, your door, of course, would be up here, and you know, you've got a latch and you've got a windscreen wiper there, windshield wiper. So it's not bad. I mean, like I said, my initial reaction was negative just because it doesn't articulate worth a darn, and I don't particularly like the wheels and tires. But it's not a bad tractor, and there's no hood seam, so that's cool. There is a seam on the rear, as you can see back here, and there also is a seam in the bottom lower frame, but that's gonna happen. I mean, it's not a high-end tractor. It's a $20 tractor, and when we get the shelf model, it'll be even less than that, I'm sure. So, you know, that's that. It does come in a very nice box. Toy Farmer or National Farm Toy Show, they always do a really nice box, a nice colorful display. You get a little, you know, bit about it from the original sales literature in 1982. So I know I said like 1988, but that's kind of what I was going off of. Obviously, they made these tractors before that, but you know, so it's not bad. And of course, the bottom's just all your legal stuff. But you know, is it worth $20? Yeah, sure. Why not? It's a show tractor. Keep it in good condition. Keep it, you know, in the box. You'll probably get that $20 out of it, you know, in another 10 or 15 years. But the cool thing about it is it's $20. So if you want to take it apart, chop it up, detail it, play with it, whatever you want to do, it's only a $20 tractor too. So, you know, all in all, it's probably not the home run that, say, that Spec Cast Minneapolis Moline G1000 was. I did a little bit ago, but it's a pretty nice little tractor for the price. So anyway, as always, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of the 8650 John Deere show tractor in the comments. Thanks for liking and sharing. Check us out on Facebook, For the Love of Tractors, Instagram, For the Love of Tractors. Our Shapeways store is shapeways.com/shops/FTLOT, where you can find all sorts of cool parts for implements and tractors and kits and things like that there, and plenty more coming to that. Have a good night.